What is going on, people? What is going on? This has been a production day, but we're going to get through this. Anyways, it's me, Mike Seville, your real estate guide here in Palm Beach County. What it takes, another episode. I appreciate you all for checking in, guys. Please remember to like, subscribe, share, check out that ticker on the bottom. Let's get into it. No. Let's talk about it. So I'm dropping every Monday from 4 to 6. It's August 21st. I'm a little flustered, right? The school is back in swing, and I wanted to get this thing started. I have some excellent things to share with you today, so I want to make sure I get this done correctly. So let me take a deep breath. Let's go. What it takes, I'm dropping this every Monday from 4 to 6. Guys, remember to go check out my brother Joel at the Tenacity Foundation. It starts with me. That drops on YouTube at 12:30. It's the Tenacity Foundation. That would help to look for on YouTube if you're looking for that show, where he interviews all different types of people, entrepreneurs, people in the church. I think he had hypnotists on at one point in time. So definitely check out that show. Awesome show. And I think it's the second season, so he's in full swing of things. Remember Community Beacon, that drops every Friday at 6:30. That's Joel and I. If you go back and check that last episode we did last week, Friday, fire. So check out that episode. And what else? What else do we have? All right, cool. Let's get right into it. Let's talk about some real estate news. I'm gonna pop this in the screen. Let me go to okay, here we go. Look, it says mortgage rates at around 7%. It says, what does this mean for home buyers? It says some discouraged buyers should stop looking for their forever home and start looking for their get my foot. Oh my God, to be honest with you, I didn't really read this entire article. I saw it. I said this adds value because a lot of people are asking, like, what do we do? The rates are at 7%. There's limited inventory. There's not as much inventory on the market. So what should we do? And this is gonna kind of talk into the point that I have next. But let's continue reading this article. It says 7.09% according to Freddie Mac. We're back to 1990, 89, 90. It was around 8 to 9% to buy a home. And of course, the homes were a lot cheaper. You were getting a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom for like $125,000 at 8 to 9%. Right now, a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom. We're close to 500,000 in Palm Beach County median. Says financial advisors say home buyers shouldn't bet on future rates and try to time the market because no source can accurately predict. Absolutely, no one has a crystal ball. Instead of trying to bet on the direction of rates, potential home buyers should focus on what they can control, such as their budget. Always control that, right? And the choice of your property. Absolutely. That also ties into what I'm going to talk about a little bit later. We'll talk a little bit about getting into the structure, which is like the clouds, the overarching things. And then we talk about the content, which is the dirt, which is the actual experience and content. It says, as rates rise, potential buyers may need to adjust their price range downwards. Yep, absolutely. Your house doesn't have to be your forever home. I know a lot of people don't like that. I also think people should think their rate shouldn't be their forever rate. And you can also buy down the rates. A lot of people don't understand that. You can buy down your mortgage rate using your money, or you can have the seller finance that as well. I think we're also going to see a lot of, as I'm giving my commentary on this, we're going to see a lot of homeowners go into seller financing. I want to say they said I heard a stat this morning where it's 60% of homeowners own their home outright. It's a high percentage of people. So I think we'll see a lot of people start, especially because the houses are priced so much higher. And if you're single, you only get to carry over 250,000, which is not that much considering what the prices are. And then if you are married, it's 500,000. So married people are going to have a lot better leeway in regards to selling their home and being able to move that over and not take capital gains on it. However, if you're single, but you bought a home and you bought it at the right time and you have more than $250,000 in equity, say you can get $300,000-$400,000 of equity out of that home, you'll be taxed at the $150,000 rate. So it's interesting what a lot of single people are going to do if they decide to move, get married. I said the buyer should also focus on monthly payments. I think it always should have been that way. We should have always been focusing on the monthly payments. When we start talking about the interest rates, we start talking about the price of the property, etc. Like, is this the house you want, or is this something that you can afford? Or rather, is this the house you want? Can you afford it? What are the, and what can you afford? Okay, and it says the financing, $440,000 home. Okay, let's get into the weeds here. 20% down at 7% mortgage rate would mean a monthly mortgage payment of $2,300, while a 6% mortgage rate would save a buyer about $200 a month. Okay, so you'd save $2,400 a year. That could go toward your taxes, so that's significant. Some buyers who initially balked at the idea of a 7% mortgage may realize the difference in their monthly payment compared with a 6% mortgage they also ignored because they thought it was too high. Nobody wants to pay more. If that 7% is manageable, but say a 7.5% rate is not, it's likely best to buy now. Especially, it's like sales, especially if they have a stay in place timeline of at least 5 years. I've always said, if you're not planning on staying somewhere for 5 to 7 years, and you don't want to become an investor, you don't want to become a landlord, you should rent. Homes, most people aren't built to buy and sell every less than 5 years. Honestly, it's a headache. Everyone has to really be on board with that. I'm not saying you can't do it, because I do have clients that do it. Oftentimes it may not necessarily be worth it. An option to either move up or refinance sometime down the road. I think a lot of people who are buying now are betting on the refinancing sometime down the road. I would also talk about, if the rates were to drop, we'd see such an influx of buyers. It would be crazy, because there's so much pent-up demand right now. And it kind of gets into talk about what I want to talk about after the states and facts of the article. Appreciate that article, by the way. The Realtors Association putting that article out in our email. Yesterday I went out looking at some new construction. I had a buyer with me. We were at Avenir. For those of you who don't know what Avenir is, Avenir is this master subdivision that's being built out west on North Lake. Eventually, it will go to Beeline, so it'll have two entrances and egresses. It'll be Beeline and it'll be North Lake. And within Avenir, the community, there's multiple subdivisions, a bunch of different subdivisions, a bunch of different builders, and they're currently in the first phase. I think when it's all said and done, there'll be close to 4,000 homes. They're also building a shopping center. There'll be offices. It's an entire community. It's incredible. And as we were going there, we were looking at homes at different price points. I believe the lowest you'll see there is they start at $600,000. Of course, you got to purchase it. There's a lot premium on most of these properties, et cetera. So by the time it's all said and done, I would say the minimum, including your upgrades, is going to be around between $7 and $750, and it goes all the way up to $2.5-3 million. And I believe a little bit later on, those are for the estate homes. A little bit later on, they are going to be building these mega estate homes that are going to be like 20 million. As a public golf course, and they're building out a private golf course, clubhouse amenities, everything. You'll see some of that stuff on my Instagram. I'll be releasing some of that during the week, because it was incredible. What else went along with this incredibleness was the fact that people are putting down deposits. They're buying for the homes that are around in the 2 million, that started at around 2 million and went on up. they had limited space available. They were releasing lots as they went. The lots, all the premium lots are bought and currently under construction. It's this is it's insane. I'm not gonna say it's insane, but it's something. It's a sight to be seen. And this goes to the demand that's out there. So we're saying so from the price point of 700,000 up to about a little over 2 million, or not over 2 million, up into the 2 millions, call it 3 million, because the one that was around 2.8 million if you bought everything and had all of the upgrades in it. They're being sold out. Lots of traffic, lots of families. It was incredible. So what does that mean to you? Because I want to get back to a lot of these people who are looking for homes and you know, specifically first time home buyers, because for most people as a first time home, because these homes probably have everything it is that you would want in a home, you can't afford it. Because let's say 20% down on 700,000, a $700,000 home is 150,000, 140,000. Then you have closing costs, etc. Of course, the lenders or the builders are offering some kind of cushion, but most people don't have $140,000 to put down, and then after that to afford the mortgages on these different properties. And this is good. And so what happens is if that's the case, if there's pent up demand for these properties, there's pent up demand for definitely from the $400,000 to $700,000 range. That's normally that move up property, and then you have $400,000 and below. Where's the affordable housing? What exactly it is? Where's the affordable housing? I think a lot of people are thinking about it. And here's the thing: a lot of us do have the ability to purchase these affordable housing. They're just not what we want. A lot of people don't want townhomes. A lot of people don't want duplexes. And these tend to be the more affordable options for people. A lot of people want that single family home. Here's what I'm thinking, because like I said, I was out with a buyer yesterday. And while you're viewing these homes, it can tend to get a little bit overwhelming. But what I would say is that a lot of people, we just need to start, right? And leverage these homes, leverage a home, go get a townhome, go get a villa, start planning this out, stay in there for 5 years, and then use the equity from that in order to move up to that next property. Because regardless of the situation, we're waiting, but while you're waiting, you're still paying rent. And last time I checked, rents are still going up. There's a property that I just saw in my community, $4,500 rent. And this guy has a line of people out here ready to rent this property, right? So my suggestion is don't get caught up in the content. If you want to buy a home, buy a home. If you plan on staying in Florida or South Florida, for that matter, for the next 5 to 7 years, purchase something. Or here's another option: if you want bang for your buck, a little less convenient, start looking north. Because the exact same thing that's happening here is going to start happening north. My mentor, shouts out to Jim Wolf, always said that progress moves north, and we saw it. It goes from Miami. Fort Lauderdale didn't look like that 20, 30 years ago. You look at Delray, Boynton's going to get that way. Palm Beach and Palm Beach Gardens and Jupiter are already that way. So if you start looking north, if this price point is you just can't deal with it. You have to have this 3-4 bedroom single family home. Start looking towards Port St. Lucie. You can still get some properties there for in the low fours with what it is that you need, but you will have to take that drive if you're coming back to Palm Beach. Maybe you find something out there, but it's just an option. What I'm thinking is that, but you have to get clear on exactly what it is, and don't think about the right now. That's another thing in regards to getting caught up in the content of things. We're thinking we have all, and it gets overwhelming, because it's right now. Start thinking this, start making your 3, 5, 7, 10-year plan. And what does that look like? And then just reverse engineer it. How can I get there? And how can I leverage this time so that I can get what I want eventually? Other than that, guys, I appreciate you checking in. It's been an excellent Monday, and I will see you next week.
can hold